Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamebreakers. I'm here with the Gamebreakers crew. Got Allison and Thomas, and we have Will, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition. We are in the Tomb of Annihilation module, and where we left our heroes was descending into level 3, known as the Vault of Reflection. Our heroes had ventured into the Tomb of the Nine Gods in the city of Omu and find themselves now face to face with their traveling companion Azaka, freshly joined with one of these trickster gods. Yes, I think that's where we left off last.
Right. Did the ritual thing.
Do we have any questions from my players before we continue?
Uh, well, I mean, in game, can I just do a pass wall and like send us straight down this level?
I mean, if you're asking if you have the spell slots or the things, we can certainly.
No, actually, I'm asking the group. Hey, should we just go straight down? Like, I mean, doesn't that sound fun? I could make it an angle like a slide.
Except it's not really built like a building, right? None of these floors are stacked on top of each other. How
Not
far does pass wall go?
Hold on. He starts like flipping through his book and mumbling to himself. I'll just a second. I'll figure it out.
And
A very good
didn't
question.
Tim say that there was some sort of extra defense on the walls?
He said that the very walls were enchanted as well. Yeah, he was using detect magic and talking about it.
I think he said like shaping stuff didn't. That's what I remember. I don't remember because pass wall doesn't like it. It makes it incorporeal, right? Or like it's not like it changes the wall.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good point. All right. He kind of steps off to the side and starts flipping through his book and says, "Okay, how to dispel the magic of a god." Um, and he says, "Hey, Alex, can you remember what was that? What was that one?" And he's flipping through there, and she's like, "I got no idea." And then he keeps mumbling.
So if we have our player questions aside here, we'll pick up with our characters conversing amongst ourselves, and Azaka does turn. I have someone with me. Who was on?
Hmm.
And the various different carriers of the voices hear the murmurings like another one of us. You're stronger. So it does seem indeed that Azaka now has one of the spirits along.
Just gonna kind of like passive insight. Does it seem like a good fit, or is it uh more like well more like Wayne's voice, where it does not seem like we would. It, if I read this guy's application to be my roommate, I'd probably pass.
Well, you do have your telepathic interactions and assessing Azaka and interacting with her. She does seem entertained and to be enjoying yourself.
Good.
Kuzan is fearless and is not afraid to take great risks. Kind of nods for a moment.
That didn't catch much.
That's an easy match then. Wayne's not so stressed about it then. Because he also knows that the that the lunatic is not thrilled with his passing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Right. So Azaka takes a few steps forward. There's definitely more of these.
Right, the 9 total. This is our 5th, right?
I think that's correct.
Broken. Did Alex get one? Is that Broken, Lunatic, Wayne,
Nothing for Alex yet.
Azaka? Chippy has one though.
Mm-hmm. Chippy does.
Yes.
So that's 5. So there's 4 more to go. We also keep an eye out for those stupid, like, weird-headed skeletons. Those are keys somehow. I hate it. Well, we're broken.
Muted.
Yeah, so we've explored this room. I mean, probably down. Unless
There's more to check out if there's more of the spirits close. And there's halls we haven't.
that's true.
Did
Well,
you
I'm happy
want-
to check traps. Are these the 2 doors here we talking about? Where I'm standing now?
Those were the 2 alcoves, and that is where you found the 2 tomb guardians that were chained together.
That's
But
right. Looks
you
a little
did-
different now with the black.
You did find, but not open, a
Oh, that's
hidden
right.
door here. So there is a hidden door that you know of.
Did I already check it for traps?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Can I open it?
You certainly can.
I do so.
Okay. So upon opening, you see if I can, reveal this area. And as you open this recessed door, and it has that kind of pocket slide to the side, you see this small, dusty room. It looks like it hasn't been disturbed in some time. And there is a pedestal here. And there's a skull.
Radiation.
Do we have any light sources here? I think you were carrying a torch, is that right?
Yeah. I think we put it out. We could light one now, though. So we were using dark vision, as I recall.
I prefer it dark if we all have dark vision. But
Yeah, that
Got
was.
it.
I had wanted to do a torch, but y'all were. Yeah, I wanted to do dark vision, so we did dark vision.
yeah,
Okay.
you've still got the power.
So you have a skull on a pedestal. It does seem to be as a slightly different shade than what you would expect bone, but I guess, lacking the color of dark vision in your grays. Seems somewhat different than typical skull.
Yeah, I'll do an investigate, see if there's any traps.
Okay. So go ahead and give me that investigate. You do have your companion there, sidekick, to help you out. And you also have Tim, who's
29.
gonna poke his head,
Well,
take a look around as well. So what you find is that there is some sort of magical trap. Oh, is that right? Perhaps something correct.
It was the old, but
Yeah. Let's see. With the room seems and doorway and other such things don't seem to have any sort of danger lurking within them, but there is some sort of triggered, activated magic trap associated with touching the skull. You don't. It doesn't seem to be the type mechanically that you can try disarming.
all right.
Some sort
I'm gonna walk in. Is there more to see?
And other than looking around, you don't see any sort of obvious givings here in the room, other than the skull.
I will touch the skull.
Okay. Now, as you do reach for it, the voice, it's like there is some sort of magic on that, says Tim.
Yep.
Yep. And as you reach for it and you touch the skull, it rises into the air and closes. And with that, it finds itself kind of near your right shoulder. And it has a voice that speaks out. And I was wondering when someone would come and wake me up. It's real boring just sitting there. Couldn't see anything. You gonna
Hi.
tell me something interesting? Hi.
Sure. I will. Let's see. I have. Do I have in? See what kind of.
Take a
Oh, a
moment.
mage hand. I don't have. I don't have the illusion spell. Dang.
And
I will cast a little firebolt just to like in a showy way.
gotcha. Says, "Oh, you do the fire magic," and it kind of laughs and it does like this cackle, and it does this like slow, lazy back roll where it does like floats upside down backwards and rights itself. That's a good one. I mean, I've seen better. You know, be practicing some cantrips here, some beginning level magic, but hey, you know, it's something. Not everyone.
You
Can
said you
do
hadn't
that.
seen anything in a long time, and now I'm getting the peanut gallery. Who are you anyway?
Oh, me? Yaka. Yaka's the name. Yes,
Yaka?
that's correct.
Well, I'm Roken. I'm part of this adventuring party. Trying to save the world.
It kind of floats around you for a moment to get an observation and stops in front of you and it's like, well, well met. And then, with no change whatsoever, there's about 6 seconds of silence. And then, did you like my curtsy?
I don't know if I fully appreciated it, but yes.
Ah, at least you play along. Well, yeah, we'll probably keep each other in entertainment. I don't suppose you have anything to eat, do you? It's been a while since I've eaten.
Yeah, sure.
Ah, nice, nice.
Yeah, I have some rations.
Rations. Really? Well, yeah. Well, once you cough it up, show what you got. And it kind of like floats, kind of close over to where where you're getting into your bag, like it wants to see.
I kind of shoo him away, and then I give him one of the days of rations I have on me.
Rations. And you pull it out and you look at it. He's like, "Rat." Oh yeah. No, I was thinking maybe more like emerald.
You
Maybe
eat emeralds?
or ruby. Yeah, that'd be great. Ruby. Mm.
Um, um,
I mean, I take
why?
some diamond dust at this point. It's just
What
it's
kind of
been
creature are you that
man.
eats gems?
What is the date? How long has it been? Jeez. Yeah, the last fellow that got cursed here. Yeah, I think he got eaten by locusts. Yeah,
Hmm, it's unfortunate.
and then of course the curse ended, and then I was put back here. So
Who put you here?
the fiend, the evil Azarak,
Hmm.
he came and stormed the castle. See, I served as an entertainer to the Omu royalty. I had for probably like 3 or 4 different successions. They don't last so long. Humans. Anyway.
Well, we luckily enough are on a quest with other people slighted by Asarak, in fact, to uh end it, as it were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you'd care to join us, I think I could dig out an emerald or ruby from my pack.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I think that it's not really up to either of us, because now I'm stuck with you. That's
Oh,
you're cursed.
you're not such a bad guy. I mean,
Well, I try to remain entertaining. Yeah, and he laughs. But I too am cursed. So just be warned. You probably won't like me once you start trying to get things done. He kind of like drops a little bit and it's hovering and kind of tilts towards the floor. They usually don't like me once they get to know me.
pat the skull. Well, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, I
Can
probably
we
have a ruby on me. I'll give him a ruby.
He takes a look at it.
can we hear or see any of this?
Yeah, sure,
It
right in
does
front of you.
speak aloud, yes. And in the lack of space in the space here, as I give you options to ask questions and whatnot, there is an endless stream of banter that comes from Yaka,
Like he doesn't stop talking.
nonstop.
Is that your curse, Yaka? You don't stop talking.
Nods. Still like talking about like, and where did you get those clothes? I mean, it's like so out of fashion here. You must have got those from some other land. Man, don't even know the current standards. We'll get you some good looking threads one day. Right, it's just more of the continuous. Oh, it's like that's cool. Oh, you're a jerk, also. Oh, oh.
Well, if I had to have a continuous verbal train of thought, I would also probably be a jerk.
Right.
There's no time to process or think about anything you're saying. It's just out
It's
there.
just continuous output. So, cynical, dark sense of humor. Maybe you'll get cursed and end up like me. And there'll be 2 schools down here. It'll be better than one.
Yaka, how do we end the curse?
Gems.
How many gems?
Give me like a weight. How hungry are you?
He looks at what there and he counts it up and he gives you a number and he's like, I probably need at least, you know, about 200 to 500 times that or something. Estimates about 10 grand, 10G, 10,000 gold worth of gems.
Would that end your curse or just you cursing Roken? Would that end our curse or would it make you happy?
That would feed me enough to go back to sleep on the pedestal, and then her curse is over.
Oh, how do we end your curse?
With that question, anyone with training in Arcana can go ahead and make a check and see if they have an answer for that. And Yaka, the fool
Not me.
palace entertainer, has only cynical dark humor responses, and it continues verbal output.
That's pretty good Arcana.
Yeah?
It is good Arcana.
Nice.
So, taking a look over the skull, you do see there are a number of words and things that would essentially make this something like a near legendary curse. Like if you'd see something like this, it'd be like someone's lifetime achievement. You know, if you understand what's going on here. It's also somewhat impressive because it just seems like another one of the trinkets that Azrak has here in the tomb. But with that, that really good arcana tells Chippy that there isn't any spell that would likely undo this. It would have to be some sort of major act, or perhaps a wish. But based on these wardings, it seems like this skull is effectively unable to be hurt. You know, like it's invulnerable. It's not going to take damage.
Well, if we find a wish spell, we'll do that. And who knows? We found a lot of powerful things.
And then
does it seem?
It also seems to have a meter. If you feed it the gemstones, it will. The curse will end on the person that activated it, and then will resume its place here on the pedestal, waiting for someone else to also be cursed by it.
Does it?
It has a number of things on it, which it took you some time to unravel. And so, yeah, you gain many understandings about it. Any questions?
Go ahead, Wayne.
Oh, any questions? We'll finish that up before I pipe on.
Yeah, Chippy, right? You see, there's
Did I
statements on it.
Does Chippy have any feeling that that there may be more to the curse? That there may be other harmful things besides talking and just being irritating and eating gems? Is there any other a sense that I don't know, you might like rip out somebody's throat?
It's channeling a negative divination effect. You know, you could probably deduce it to something as equivalent to disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay, so that bad maybe, but probably not suddenly going into full attack mode or summoning a 1,000 demons or anything really severe as far as I can tell.
It seems to be an incredibly well protected cursed artifact that is an invulnerable minor annoyance.
Might be fun to throw at enemies. But hey, Yaka, let's there's a lot of agenda to explore. Let us carry on.
Hold on. if you're gonna have your skills interrupted, you're the person who keeps us from dying in crap. Can I just remind us what happened to Chippy?
Ah,
Like,
I can put some
how
wax.
about
I can put some wax in my ears, and you can just telepathically talk to me when shit goes down.
y-
I don't know. Like,
broken? You just held out the finest ruby, the finest singular ruby that I have ever seen in my entire life, and I will pay you 10,000 gold for it right now. And Wayne holds out his hand.
why?
Because it's the only ruby here and scarcity is value. 10,000 gold. I'll take it. Sell it to me right now, Roken.
Okay. Here you go.
And I will just immediately feed it to.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Fucking immediately shoes it down. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. I was really hungry.
Yeah, I could
Thanks.
tell. That was the best meal you could possibly have had.
And as
Bye.
he settles
I hope.
back to the pedestal, and the banter kind of starts to fade away into a distance, like he's overfed and overdrank and starting to pass out in the middle of the story.
Well,
The continuous verbal banter is there until he nods off and parks back on back on top of the pedestal.
Well, Broken, now that we know that works, you can if you want a really friend, touch the.
All right, well, let's just go. We got lots of dungeon. If we're not taking him, we're not taking him. I'm not crying about it. Let's keep going.
Okay. Just remember to grab him on the way up.
Yeah, I agree.
Or hey, I got it. Lunatic. The lunatic will go tap it. He rolls no skills. This will be fine. There. Now if we need to, we can swap it around, but we got him here.
The lunatic.
I was thinking Tim, but yeah, lunatic's better. Nice.
Tim would eat.
Ziyaka. And then
oh, what would happen? I don't want to know. Nope.
The continuous.
Let's just go.
Yeah, no.
Banter continues.
Hey, this is the downside of having a telepathic bond sometimes. Is all right, but yeah, Wayne is in position.
So as you continue, Azaka takes up the rear. You see that your Dao is parked on the corner. They look a little bit like backed up against the edge, kind of like they're scooting along a too small edge there. We'll never spot it.
Have we explored this way? Oh, sorry.
You have not explored this way, and just as a reminder, you did pass this sign. We had seen it in the past.
Yeah.
Do we recall?
One of the clue, right?
You're not catching on the mic.
Oh, it was one of the clue things, but I don't know. I don't remember the specific.
Okay, let's see here. Loop. I can. There it is. The third warning.
First, right? The walls of history tell all. That was the last one, right? Because we figured out the ritual, the paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
So we got that one. Right, the gods. We
had to walk through water with our weapon in hand for something recently, didn't we? It's been too many weeks in real time.
Could have been a lot of. There's
you
that
did
waterfall.
see water, but you didn't go through any of that. Okay, so to answer Roken's question, you had seen down this hallway, and there was kind of one of those, the devil faces, the horn devil or whatever that was, which you've seen on the few previous floors. And each time it had something in its mouth, it was like a passage into a new room or a pit of darkness, or it had the shadow thing with the bats. So
Right.
it was a mouth. So yeah, the jackal mask.
Is the hallway trapped? I will make an investigate roll.
All right, give me that investigate, and seeing the huge carving of the snarling jackal's head that protrudes from the wall of the
23.
corridor. A 23 tells you that there is no trap here along the floor or the sides that you see. And it seems like the corridor is safe to approach the door. And with him at your side, there is magic down that way. Some kind of divination. So with that mask, you do see that there is something visible, like an area beyond, and there's a light coming from it, like the room is lit. So with between its teeth, you can see further.
Yeah. I'll walk down the hallway to get a better look at it.
And as you approach, um, the gap is about 2 inches wide, but looking through, you can see an area beyond. Here we go. And there is an illuminated room. There are stone sphinxes in the corners here, which when you're at the edge here, you are able to see and look around and see the corners there.
Do I see any
with
way?
that,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
there is a this room seems to be about 15 feet high. You have flickering light from the torches cast across a floor, which has some markings carved into the tiles. And in the center, you see something that resembles like a funeral barge. And there's a stone dais. And there's a sarcophagus decorated with horned rabbits.
Horned rabbit. Interesting.
And there's the
We saw those before.
indeed. That is correct.
Do I see like any other entrances?
From here, you do not see any obvious door or walkway. And there is like a murmur from your trickster god. Like, that's one of us. Now,
Does this? Go ahead.
with that first glance, I would definitely want to give you some questions. A moment to ask questions for details here, because I haven't asked for a perception check yet. I'm just giving you the obvious, right? So
Yeah.
with that obvious, there is also additionally a view of what you see on the east wall. There's the slab moves, and it seems like it goes upward, retracts into the ceiling that looks over here. And you see a dwarf wearing a turban and chainmail. Like low to the ground, moving, cautiously and quietly. And as he heads across the floor, there is a loud click, and this floor tile underneath his foot drops into the floor. And there's a near deafening roar of sound, a buzzing. This buzzing pours out of the Sphinx's mouths, and a swarm of locusts engulf this figure. And you see him swing a shield and a sword and turn and stumble and fall.
Oh, that's how the other guy died, a locust.
And then the cloud of insects disappear back into the four sphinxes, into their mouths. And you see bones. That's all that remains of this figure.
Well, that answers my other question about whether this is the entrance or not. It's not.
Well, where
Rolled
did
a
that guy
24
come
on
from?
Perception.
So with a 24 on perception, you take a look around, and you do notice the seams in the wall here. So there's something that opens, right? Nothing on the inside changed, so there must be some sort of mechanism on the other side of this. Somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
That he had made several steps into the room. Like he'd made the first step and he stepped to the side, like, and looked around, and then as he stepped forward, the tile responded.
Yeah.
And the trap enacted. And Tim comes next to you and is like, that's a sad sight, but if you keep watching, it starts over. And as he points out, you see that the wall again does the retraction, and the figure steps in and repeats this sequence. It's like you're watching a little movie clip.
Interesting. And he doesn't seem aware. Is there any, like, mechanism around this mask or anything?
So you don't see as if there's any way to open a door here, but the opening, while only 2 inches wide, does seem to genuinely open into the next room. If someone were small or gaseous or teleport, or if it's some other way of something, this does seem like a alternate access method for those that can't fit. There might be another way here, but there's most definitely a door over there.
Arcane Gate.
I don't know if that picked up on the mic.
It didn't. Wayne pipes up on the psychic link.
Okay.
Hey, Roken. Maybe use a mirror to poke through there. Just kind of check around. Do you see what was it we dropped in the hole up above us? On the upper level, like dropped through the shadow. Figure out how the thing.
You cut off the end there, but you said figure out how deep it was.
Yeah, there were the hole with the bats in it.
On level 1.
I don't remember. Might have been
Or
ball
level 2,
bearings
level
or
1
rock.
or level. Yeah,
There was a rock with light cast on it.
That was in game like minutes ago, right?
That was before your last rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But the rock might still be there if this is where it empties out, because it was like from what I remember of where it's placed on the map. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because there's all sorts of planar nonsense we've already been to. But that might be a way in we already know about. This is how it goes through. Not then we consider planar nonsense.
Sure, I'll use a mirror. You want another perception check or?
I will allow you to apply a mirror to this. I don't think another roll is necessary.
Okay.
Especially that you got above a 20, which is excellent. So you put a mirror through the 2-inch gap and start looking around, and it's at this point that you do see there is old remains over here, not freshly eaten, like the little clip you just watched, but it is the same. It's in the same place, and you do see a rock on the floor that is pretty sure the one that dropped from above.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it is there.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, Arcane Gate. What I did outside when we were chasing the gargoyles. I mean, it might not work, but I was thinking maybe the far end of it I could just put right next to the thing we want to touch, so we don't even actually have to step foot in the space. Maybe just reach through, just kind of lean through, or whatever, you know. But that's one option.
I think so, but one of the spirits is definitely do need to get it. But let's
Right.
check the hole first, and then if we spend.
I didn't catch that last part.
I was saying let's we'll have that handy, and if let's check the hole, and if that's not workable, then yeah,
Well,
we got a
if you
spell to
want,
fix it.
if you the hole is tiny. How big is Alex?
She is tiny. She's 11 inches tall, so she probably could fit through the 2 inches if she squeezed. But I mean, as uh, as an incredibly wise voice from out of nowhere said, we could also do gaseous form.
Well,
I meant the hole upstairs.
Aha! The hole in the ceiling.
Do we want to see what else is on this floor before we go floor hopping?
Yeah.
And there's also the sliding door. I mean, is that something we'd like to explore? Because the whole party, the arcane gate lasts for 10 minutes, or as long as I concentrate on it. So we could go in and, you know, check things out for a few minutes before deciding.
Go in where? To the room with the tomb?
Yeah, go into the locust room. Maybe how about this? How about somebody goes in with a fire shield on them, and when the locusts come out, the locusts will all just get fried, and then we can have lunch.
We just don't step on the rock that stepped on, right?
Yeah, or that.
Right. Send Roken in to disable the traps. We could Roken, if you want to take one of the brooms and fly down that hole, to sweep it before we all go in. I'm also down to check out the other hallways to see what else is there. Might be other ways in, other check, and we come back for this.
Yeah, that makes sense to me too. Having to cast a spell to get through, it would be nice to only have to go one direction.
Yeah, well, and we have a non-magical way to. I don't think we need to burn spell out. Unless it turns out that hole to that we found upstairs is horribly trapped or something.
There was the pit on the floor of darkness that was an illusion. You can see the lit room below. It's on the second floor. Anywho, as Roken descends to the south,
I know.
we find a hallway here. I'll go ahead and have you start with investigate.
All right, that'll be 29.
All right. I'll go ahead and tell you that you find yourself clear to proceed to this. And there is a sound of water to the east. You can see it faintly in the distance there.
Okay. I'm gonna take from the perspective of looking at the map. I guess we'll say west. This way.
Okay, let's take a look here. Heading west.
I'll have an action ready covering the hallway.
So with your investigate, you do see that there is like a recessed access here. Right? Like the click button slidey thing. It doesn't seem to have a trap.
Doesn't have a trap?
Does not seem dangerous.
I will activate it.
And reveals that there is like a crawl space.
Fine, I'll go in.
Alright. Roken enters the crawl space.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna send my fox in. My fox is better suited for this.
Okay. Which is on the telepathic link here. Yep.
Yeah.
So your fox heads in. Let's see, I think I have a token for that. But with that, there you go. And there's your token. And the fox enters the crawlway much more deftly here. And there is this crawl space that it inches forward here. And there does seem to be some kind of barrier. Looking at what the fox is sharing, you would understand that it seems like there's all this crawlway continues past this little barrier here. This is an ornate kind of sheet that's been dropped down to bisect this crawlway, and with that, you see that it is decorative. Is that it has a minotaur face etched into it, and where the eyes would be are peepholes, and you can continue, so you can see through.
Is there anything on the other side?
You do see more crawlway, and then it would like kind of peter off around the edge. Can't quite see.
How breakable is it?
It does seem to be iron. Looks to be an iron sheet.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and have the fox roll me an athletics check? As it starts interacting with it and finds that there's a little bit of motion to it. Let's see, fox athletics 12 with
Yep.
strength athletics. It has a give and seems to like lift upward, but it's just a little bit of give that it's able to muster before the ringiness presses it back down.
Okay.
So it does seem like it's meant to be slid upward somehow. It's not strong enough to do so.
All right, it will come back. Anyone else smaller and stronger than, or do I have to do it?
Well, I, I, I'm thinking maybe an alligator would be the strongest thing that would fit in that slot. I don't know. I mean, I could turn into like a big anaconda or something. Like, I'm not exactly sure which one's stronger. Gorilla's too big. Who do you think is the strongest, really, really thin animal?
Kashmir pokes ahead down that way. I can't even get down that hallway. I'd have to like. I don't think I could get something smaller.
God, I got it. Hold on. Alex starts digging around in her bag of holding. After a round or two, she pulls out a potion of hill giant strength. Anybody? Fox? Me? I don't know. Actually, do you want to check if that thing
You're
is
not getting
trapped,
picked up,
Roken?
Thomas. Didn't seem trapped, but
Yeah, I'd suggest give it to Roken if we're going to give it to anybody. You're the one who's going to see anything else.
I don't know if I'll need the.
Shady there.
I mean, I don't know if I'll need it. The fox has a -2. Is not a very athletic creature. So I am also not a very athletic creature.
I mean,
So,
really, haven't you always wanted to just be super strong? The first one's free.
Oh, guidance.
all right. So I'll take the potion, and then I'll go through the tube.
Roken enters the crawl space. There's little paw prints and disturbed in the dust below as you make your way in, collecting up more dust as you go. And you do find this decorative barrier. So the hill giant strength, I'm not sure if I recall, but you drink it, so there you go.
Hill giant strength changes my strength to 21 for 1 hour.
Ooh, that's a +4
Sweet.
from your stat. So it's an athletics. It's a strength athletics check.
+5.
Why would it be +5?
Oh, 21. Yeah, 21 is
Okay.
That's the fun.
18.
And with the 18, you do manage to lift the sheet, and as it slides upward, there's a click, and all the tension comes off of the sheet, and it seems to be held in place now out of the way. You do also see that after it clicks in place, there is like clockwork gear tick. And you, like most of the other things in this tomb, you assume that this is going to reset at some point, which could be awful, because it does look like a blade from below. You could disable it if you wanted to.
Yeah,
And
sure.
it seems to be on a timer.
I'll work on disabling it. Make
Guidance.
a tool check here with these tools.
You just hear Yaka in the background floating behind Lunatic. And of course, you're just going to stand there and not do anything. How could we ever get anything done like this? You just
Oh, I got a nat 20. That's nice. And then a nat on top of max 4, so I got a 32 on that baby.
so using an iron spike baton, you're able to lock this in place, and it will not reset on its own.
Yay.
And given this, Roken is able to further traverse. As well, just move your token up. You cross the barrier here, come to a space below, and find yourself in a new area. Loop. Crawlway with that kind of recessed door that you've seems to be a big favorite here.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the obvious that there is some sort of room down to the west, and there does seem to be another crawlway to the east. To the east of where you're at, and that crawlway heads south.
Oh. I was kind of hoping it was just one room.
It's divides. It splits off now.
I'll see what's down this way.
All right. So I'll have you give me that investigation check as you make your way forward. Doop, boop, doo. And so there is kind of like a drop down. I know that you moved your character here, but I'll put you here, and you see that this is a drop into a room below. Like you're
Okay.
in an overhead space, and stepping, there is. Looking into here, you see that it is a 15-foot tall room, and this square seems to be the ceiling of it. So if you went in there, you would drop down about 15 feet into this room.
Okay.
So you at least have a heads up before you pile in.
Right. Does it look like there's another entrance?
There does seem to be a doorway, a clearly demarked doorway to the south.
Okay. I want to like tie a rope if I can to something or cure it like with a spike, and so I can climb back up and then kind of use it to rappel down.
Don't you got like the broom or flight?
Oh yeah, I do have the broom. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Whee!
Whee!
No.
Alex says, "Hey Roken, I'm invisible, but I'm right behind you if you didn't notice."
I heard you.
Alright, so are you also going to go into the room here too? Or stay above? for Alex. And as these compatriots go forward, we have the rest of our team like staring at the walkway there. Azaka kind of creeps forward. I don't want to go in there at all. There does seem to be water off this way. We should definitely wait for Broken though. And as they chatter on,
Yeah, let's just maybe check the corner and make sure nothing come up as well. Roke clearing.
Question for Alex: do you go into the room too? Are you above? What's going on?
Alex is gonna stay above, but like right at the opening, so so she can see what's happening with Roken, and if she needs to, she can fire or whatever.
Of course. So looking down, you see this room below, and as Roken dips down into this room, you find yourself in a room 15 tall, like where you were at, but on the south side it kind of tapers. The floor rises up, the walls rise inward. It kind of cones out into the doorway on the south. And the let's see. You do see that there are some carvings on the wall. You had a 22 for your idea to look around and see what's going on. So the details out of that, you see that the eyes seem to be some flickering flames, some kind of continuous flame spell as part of the carvings of the wall. Seems rather artistic and decorative. You have about enough time to take in that piece there when there's a loud sound of a large thing clicking into place, like a weighted thwack click. And with that, the room rotates. So
Wow.
we'll see first the given. That little hole there at the ceiling is no longer lined up with the corridor above. And so Alex is now staring at a piece of stone that is rotated into the way. Inside the room, Roken sees that it seems like the room is rotisserie, rotating on a drum, like a north-south axis. As the walls rotate, and there are some detritus here on the floor, which you see tumble, and rocks tumble and then fall and break. See that it would probably be an unpleasant time to get tumbled like this. Of course, this doesn't matter as you're floating on a broom here in the middle of the room.
Helps.
Hey, so you're okay, it seems like?
Oh yeah. Made for this.
So I'm going to give you a prompt here with your action that I give you. What do you want to do with it?
Want to try and open this door.
Okay. So the door does seem to be secured. Do you want to try to pick it open? Or are you going to try to rip it open?
I'll try to pick it.
Okay. So I'll give you.
I'm strong for an hour, but I could still do delicate things.
All right. Go ahead and give me that disable trap. And as the room rolls, I will also prompt Alex here for a moment.
24.
Right. So you pull your tools and you apply them to the door, and you do see that it's rotating. And as you try applying your tools, you realize that this isn't a keyhole. Like, there's a way to grab the door and try to interact with it, like to open it if it's unlocked. But these locks are not accessible from inside. You can't pick this door. You're pretty sure that you could do it with like a knock spell, because it seems to be like tucked away. But additionally, it would probably take several of these as a number of locking mechanisms here. At least 2.
Yeah.
So applying the knock spell might do it. Your tools will not. And with that action complete, you now have a better understanding here. And there is a change within the room. Movement catches your eye, and all these little carved demon faces seems like their mouth is exhaling a sparkling dust. And so make a wisdom. DC 15.
I love that. Wisdom save. Okay, bonus.
And how long does that guidance last? It's only been like
I think it was just for the next action.
Yeah, let's check.
Copy that. All right, it's resistance for saves. Okay.
Oh, I rolled well. I got a 21.
All right. So, with a 21, you find that this sparkly dust that fills the air seems to leave like a cutting sting in your eyes. But as you like turn your face and close your eyes taut, you resist the effects of blindness this round. Alex will give you a prompt. See this room seem to be tumbling, rotating beneath you.
Has the rest of the party been hearing this? She's going to give kind of a quick update. Hey, anybody got any ideas? God, I don't even know. It's stone.
Maybe we could think about it over a break because I need some more water.
Good timing here. We could step away and come back and find our adventures after the short break.